Hello, Taurus North Node. Welcome to your reading for the Spring Equinox 2023. This is a general reading, so not all of the messages will resonate with you. Just take what strikes a chord and leave the rest for whoever else in your Taurus North Node collective needs to hear that message at this time. If you are feeling this video, you can give it a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so I can better connect to your energy, and click the notification bell so that you know when I upload. This is a North Node reading, meaning I don't read for any other placement. So if you're not sure where your North Node is located, do visit the link in the description box. It's a page on my website where you can check your birthday and where the North Node was on your birthday. What else do you need to know from me today? So this reading will be for a 3-month span, starting from March 20th, 2023, so March into June. And the theme today for this round of North Node readings for the equinox is about emerging from the cocoon, emerging from the darkness, from the shadows, and into the light, and how to ground all that we have learned, all of the energies that have transformed, how to anchor that into our new reality. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I just woke up because I did some readings in the morning. It's been a while since I've done readings, so it was a little tiring. So I had to take a nap, but I'm back. But that means my voice is a little more monotone than usual. But welcome to my channel nonetheless. I do a specific North Node spread that was given to me by my guides. So it's all going to be timestamped in the description box below so that you can refer back to any section as you feel necessary throughout the next 3 months. And we start with the universal energies on the outside. Those are the big overarching energies that are affecting your life at this time or that time frame. Then we do the 5D and future self. What messages do they have for your expansion? What areas of your life would they like you to focus on? Then we have the 3D in the center, which depicts what is going on in your physical day-to-day reality that is appearing as opportunities for expansion. And then we ask how to bridge the 3D and the 5D, some advice for bridging that gap. And this reading will almost close, with 4 cards that will give you advice specifically on grounding in the next 3 months, how to ground the new vibrational you into the earthly plane. And then I'll pull oracle cards to close off the reading. So with that, we shall begin for Taurus North Node. I'll just get all the cards before, at least, there we go. It just jumped right into place there. It knew where it wanted to go. So first we have third eye. We have awakening. We have revelations and nurturing universe. So if I'm reading this just as an overall, if I'm reading all the cards together right now, I see the opportunity for your intuition to really open up and you to see life from different layers and different perspectives. And there's the opportunity for those perspectives to really awaken you to patterns in your life, how certain actions, inactions had certain ripple effects through your life. You may also identify patterns that you have been holding. And I see great potential for you to find the key to breaking a cycle or breaking a pattern, breaking also expectations of how things will turn out if you do certain things, right? They're saying you're going to find, there's a potential for you to find a way to break the mold, to break the cycle, to break what you think you know as, cause and effect. And the nurturing universe, you also have the potential to discover how to work with your intuitive gifts, I'm also seeing some of you may start to understand and believe in magic, spellcasting, herbalism, something about the nature and the fabric of the universe and how it can support you in manifesting your desires and moving through life with more ease and grace. So for some of you, it's a great, you're coming out of this cocoon to an environment where all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I didn't even know that many colors and textures and vibrations even existed. So you're coming out of this last 6 to 12 month period with the potential to see a lot more. I don't want to say clearly, but more like expansively, to see much broader, to see more of the big picture, if you will, and to understand yourself within that big picture in a different way, in a new way. Let's move into the 5D. What does your higher self, your future self, want you to know for this next stage in your evolution, in your life? Romantic love. So if at any point you need to fast forward when I'm shuffling, please do. Root chakra. Oops. Grace. Tenderness and integrity. I think I'm putting a third one down here. Oh my goodness. Romantic love. Times 2. So, little explanation. These are 2 decks mixed together, both by the same creator, and some of the cards are duplicated between the 2 decks. So you may see some cards twice, but there's not that many that are duplicated. So romantic love times 2 and fertility. So let's just say the obvious thing to begin with. If you're trying to have a family, the next 3 months can be significant in that attempt. It would be a good time to hold that vision. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the 5th chakra. It would be a good time to say affirmations and prayers in that have to do with bringing that blessing in. So that won't apply to everybody, but it came through very obviously, so I will say it for whoever that applies to. So we have romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our experience to know ourselves through the reflection of a conscious lover. So your higher self is saying that in your most intimate relationships, from your most intimate relationships, you can learn a lot about yourself. And some of the friction that you have in relationships and have had in relationships is it's meant for your growth. And part of this expansive mindset that I see opening up for you is you being able to look at your romantic relationships and see what they offered you, as opposed to whatever story you had been telling yourself up to now or before this period of collective shadow work. With the root chakra, I feel that you're grounding yourself you're being asked to ground yourself into a new reality. Well, aren't we all? But you especially, Taurus North Node. It says the frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. For some reason, I wanted to go to grace right away as well. The frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation to an anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence. So what had come to me when I was shuffling was actually something I heard in a reading I was listening to for myself, because I do read for myself, but sometimes I just, can't step back enough from myself to read for myself. And I do enjoy watching readings on YouTube as well. Like, who wouldn't? And the message from that reading for me was live life. Like, live life as it comes, accept life as it comes, instead of like waiting for a purpose and waiting for something to happen. Realize that life is always happening. And in that acceptance of what is lies then the inspiration, the synchronicities, and the vibrations of what you can create, right? You have to be fully present in what's there in order to create consciously, right? And life is meant to be lived, not simply observed or using divination to figure out what's going on. Like, there's also just live. So that, while I was shuffling, that was coming to mind, and I kind of put it in my back pocket until it seemed relevant. And it feels relevant here with grace and root chakra. I feel that feelings of uncertainty may make you feel insecure, anxious. It could be causing also anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, your system attempting to control your environment in other ways. And I feel that your shift, Taurus North Node, has been quite profound. It feels like a shift of a fundamental way of understanding life, which can make us feel like we're looking for something to hold on to in order to still understand life and understand ourselves in the context, of our environment. If you do have a chance, you should listen to my Ascension Messages podcast. The last episode I did before this reading was channeling the consciousness that is Anubis or Anpu, and the whole discussion was about how the ego is basically afraid of the shadow, right? Because the ego's sense of self is so connected to, how it understands itself in relation to the rest of the world. And when you're changing that understanding, the ego, right, it tends to flip out. And that is when we come to comfort, just may have display destructive behaviors, self-destructive behaviors. What's that word? Coping mechanisms, to dull our senses to the experiences, or downright just denial, right? And as we get down here to tenderness and integrity and romantic love, part 2, there is, your higher self wants you to be very caring with yourself. I'm going to read the tenderness card. The energy of tenderness activates our capacity to open our hearts and approach the world and each other with gentleness and care. To approach yourself with gentleness and care, even if the emotions are jarring and unpleasant. There is something about integrity, about being honest about what you feel, that is very important for you in coming to a full integration of the transformation that you have experienced. So I'm feeling there's also the need to have integrity about what your experience of a romantic relationship was or is. I feel we're coming into a period of time where there's going to be a lot of collective healing around romantic love and our ideas of love in intimate relationships. That was just a side note, but for you, renewing your faith in romance and your belief in a love that is more tender, that is more all-encompassing, that is friendship, that is sensuality, sexuality, and respect, and that makes you feel secure as well. Renewing that feeling. And this applies whether you're in a relationship or not, or whether you're looking for a relationship or not. Just the simple opening yourself up enough to embrace that vibration does exist. This is what leads to fertility. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. So this does not have to be a child, right? As I said, that's for a few, but as far as it goes with your spiritual evolution, Taurus North Node, it's about removing anything that blocks your creative potential and your potential for joy and your willingness to, step forward and say, yes, this is who I am, here I am in all of my glory, right? So I feel that any romantic love affairs, they want me to say affairs, any love affairs that you've had that have damaged your confidence to move through the world, open, is what they would like you to recognize consciously so that you can learn from it and move on. And they're also, moving on is kind of the wrong word. It's so that you can open your eyes. It's almost like your eyes have been closed. Like you've been squeezing your eyes shut because when the scary part of the movie comes, you're squeezing your eyes shut. And you don't realize that the scary part of the movie is over. Or that little scary scene is over, and actually the rest of the movie is quite uplifting, or the next scene is quite great, but you still have your eyes squeezed shut. This is about you being able to open your eyes again. And as I say that, and we go to the 3D, we have the Fool card. What is going on in your physical reality? We have the King of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah. And the Two of Wands. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have the Empress. Empress? Yes, Empress. So, the Fool. In this Fool card, you see there's the hand of the universe and a butterfly. So you're being offered a new beginning. And I feel you're also going to be offered opportunities to be in spaces where you won't be treated or regarded the way that you've been treated in other situations, right? So you may be invited to, you may finally have skills recognized, for example, or have a friend or romantic interest see more of the authentic you and really be intrigued and attracted by it. Some of you have the opportunity to move altogether. With the King of Cups here, I see opportunities to master your emotions. And this may show up in, flanked on both sides with romantic love. If you're having conflicts of an emotional nature, like where someone is triggering you or you are triggering someone, and there ends up being conflicts of not understanding each other's point of view, or you needing to explain your emotions because your partner or the people involved don't understand why you feel the way you feel or what it is you're feeling altogether. We have to remember that everyone has a different emotional fabric, emotional makeup, and things that are very obvious to one person are, completely, they've never experienced that or taken offense or felt that way about anything ever, right? They've never experienced that emotion. And I feel you'll have opportunities in the next 3 months. The word challenges came as well. To be sovereign in your emotions, but also not to let your emotions get the better of you in your relationships. So they are there for a reason, but they're not necessarily there to run the show. And in that as well, some of you may come into dating somebody who is very sure about their feelings about you, like super, super sure. On the flip side, someone is not sure about their emotions down here, because the Queen of Cups in reverse is telling me that as many situations as there will be of certainty, of testing the certainty of your emotions and you being clear about your emotions, there will be possible hesitation to actually express your emotions. This could also be manifesting in the romantic relationship as one person who is very sure and one person who is doubtful of whether or not this union will actually work out. This is coming by this bottom line here with integrity. So the test of mastering your emotions also means that you have to understand, you have to be willing to experience your emotions. And this is, I think, a challenge that you're going to be experiencing in the next 3 months. I feel with the opening of your perspective, you'll also have a more difficult time hiding your emotions or suppressing them. That's the word I'm looking for, suppressing them. Because it just seems so obvious that not saying them will only be detrimental to not just yourself, but to the whole, whatever you're trying to accomplish, whether it's a work relationship, romantic relationship. It's just going to become obvious that if you don't speak your piece, that it will infect everything around it, right? And the Two of Wands, I see you'll be faced with this choice often. You'll have many moments of, how do I act in this situation? How do I act in this situation? Because you may have had a way of acting or reacting up to now that the situation hasn't changed, but your understanding of the situations have changed. You have a much more expansive view now, and you understand your interpersonal relationships in a different light. You understand people in a different light, and you understand the nature of life and the universe differently, with more awareness. And you'll have a choice. You'll be constantly or regularly faced with the choice of how you're going to move forward. And one way will be familiar and the other way will not be familiar. And this is why tenderness and grace is so important to helping you feel secure in doing things, taking a different action, in doing things differently. Let's ask how to bridge the 3D and the 5D. That one wants to come out. We have the King of Swords. Bridging the 3D and 5D. Bridging. We have the Four of Swords. Uh-oh. Hold on, it's under the chair somewhere. Hello? Oh, there. Three of Swords, upright. I have to ask about that in a second because it fell in my lap in reverse, but when I picked it up on the floor, it was upright. One more for Taurus North Node, how to bridge. Ooh, the World. The World card has been coming up a lot lately. I shouldn't say a lot. You're my third reading of the day, and everyone has gotten the World so far. And I just have a feeling I'm going to get it all the time. Just because a lot of us are starting a very new chapter together. Like we're all moving from one phase to the next, leveling up, if you will. So let me just check this. Three of Swords. I'm going to leave it like that and start talking, and we'll see how it goes. So King of Swords, how to bridge the 3D and the 5D. Now, this goes this way. So see, that's how we just see if it feels right. Okay, King of Swords. Bridging the 3D and the 5D, being master of your thoughts is important. If you are experiencing panic or anxiety, it's time to find ways of managing that insomnia if your thoughts are keeping you awake. So it could be as easy as meditation music, affirmations, speaking your worries and burdens to your guides before going to bed or during the course of the day. But of course, if this is something that's becoming a real hurdle in your life, then seeking out some type of professional help is good. But what you can be experiencing, they're saying, is just that awakening symptom of your world used to be very contained and contained and felt under your control, and now it's not so much, and your system is panicking, right? Like being in an ocean, like thinking you're a pool, you thought you were in a pool, and then all of a sudden you realize you're in an ocean, and this like the sheer vastness of the landscape makes you feel so small in a big universe, right? So, but as you step into all of these new ventures, new opportunities, I'm feeling that the opportunities are not just romantic. Opportunities for your new you to thrive. It's have the presence of mind to comfort yourself and encourage yourself. So to feel confident. Tell yourself to feel confident. Tell yourself things that make you feel confident, even if right now you feel very disoriented. The Four of Swords, for example, is saying, like, chill. Like, just chill. It will, day by day, the new landscape, this new environment will become easier and easier for you to navigate and for you to feel comfortable in. And remember, insomnia did come when I was talking about this card. I feel that getting enough rest is very important for you as well, Taurus North Node. And you have the three bears. They're watching you, hibernating, just as much as you're emerging from the cocoon, there's still a need for you in particular to go back to a comfort place. Make sure where you sleep is comfy, where you, and if you don't have a comfortable home space, somewhere where, if it's a library, a coffee shop, like fine, you're not sleeping there, but where you can just exhale and be in, like, no demands on you. No demands on you. You don't place demands on the space. You can just be. You definitely need a place where you can just be so that you can feel your inner guidance system, so that you can calm your nervous system. And also, no, they don't even want you to reflect there. No reflection, just be. And the Three of Swords, a heartache needs to be laid to rest. And remember, one of the things I said down here is that you have to be very honest about when you've been hurt and when someone hurts you. So if you're in a relationship with somebody where past hurts have not been laid to rest, it is time to acknowledge them and speak your truth. And then you can decide, if you have a partner who does not, fine, they don't understand it, but if they can't empathize and at least say, I didn't intend to make you feel that way, and I'm apologize. I don't, I may not understand how you feel, but I understand that I made you feel negatively, and that was not my intention, and I apologize. If they don't make space for your feelings, then you can decide where to go from there, but you're not going to get anything if you swallow your emotions. And if you are not in a relationship, okay, there's a middle ground. If you are also starting a relationship and all of the past crap from that you've experienced, negativity in relationships is affecting the new one, you should also be comfortable enough with your new partner to say that, I really do care about you and I think that this is going somewhere. I just have all of this anxiety because this and that happened in the past, and I don't want to experience that again. You're starting a new chapter. And I skipped the singles, but if you are single and looking or not looking, still, whatever is keeping you from believing in that fairy tale, the fairy tale is not a fairy tale at all. Like, it is a story. Yes, the fairy tale is a story, but the energy of the fairy tale very much so exists, not only in the imagination, right? And the World card wants you to, advises you to acknowledge that what is done is done. And so this is regardless of your relationship status. what is done is done. Every day, every moment, you have the potential to start anew. And but this particular period for you, Taurus North Node, there is so much that you can recycle, if you will, because nothing is ever fully discarded. It transmutes, it goes into the soil, it fertilizes our future. So you have the opportunity to recycle all of that emotion and all of those experiences into wisdom, into motivation, life experience. And some of you with this fertility card have, I see a huge area of creativity and art that is born of your relationship experiences. So you may be a really awesome singer, songwriter, poet, painter, even, video media pieces, things that stir emotions, fashion, storytelling, writing. Yes. Well, at the bottom of the deck was the fifth chakra, right? So singing is also kind of resonating with me over there. Yeah. Let's see how you are grounding. They're pulling my attention to this card here, which is awakening and the world. One day you're going to wake up and look in the mirror and see yourself very differently. In the next 3 months. I don't know what day it's going to be. But especially if you're doing like making sure you're getting enough rest and you start dismantling any lingering heartache and dealing with any doubts that you have. If you're doing this work on this side, one day you'll wake up and your life, like all of a sudden you'll be like you'll see yourself anew. And you being able to see yourself in this new light is going to change your life dramatically. So grounding, the grounding cards. We have number 14, self. Which one comes where? Oh, 2 of cups or 2 of water. We have the 8 of air. I feel they want these 2 together, actually. Air. Three of air. And the 4 of cups. And you see the mirror. He's looking in the mirror. 4 of water. Yeah. Grounding. How can you best ground yourself in the next 3 months? Grounding these transformations, these new energies. So some of you have had a big psychic awakening, like big opening of your gifts, and you need to spend time with your gifts in order to understand them. So literally this type of grounding, like sitting on the earth, meditating, understanding your visions. They can't just be figments of your imagination that you keep swiping aside as, oh, that's my mind is wandering or whatever. That you have, this is by your third eye, you have more messages coming in. You are also, the beings here, the dragons, for example, you are also experiencing, some of you are becoming aware of other beings that are not in our physical realm, like that we can't see, that most of us don't see with our physical eyes, right? Understanding yourself and understanding how your third eye works. Even just the pursuit of it. Don't think of it as there's an end goal, I'm going to understand myself fully. It's about, instead of reacting nervously and dismissing what you're experiencing, you're interested in what you're experiencing and embodying and attempting to make sense of, and being careful also not to overanalyze what you're experiencing, but just being there for it. Like, yeah, I'm here for sitting in the park and feeling a dragon over my shoulder, or taking a walk and realizing that there's a fairy, or that there's gnomes, or sitting and talking to my friend and realizing that there's an old woman. Your mediumship, your ability to sense with your other senses, with your sixth sense, seventh and eighth sense, have increased. So it makes it, when that opens up, it also makes it more important for you to be present in the here and now, and to know what is yourself and what is outside of yourself, and you're experiencing that. They say, yeah, make sure that you're connecting strongly with your root chakra to the earth as well. Grounding in that way, specifically root chakra into the earth. Then we have here, these two came together. The 2 of water and the 8 of air. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to say this because it came up first. Enjoy your sex life and enjoy your body. Enjoy intimacy without overthinking, overthinking about yourself. Am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Not being overly accommodating to your partners either. That doesn't mean don't be accommodating, but don't be a silent martyr for your relationships. There's also a need to ground. Okay. Enjoy your sex life with yourself as well. Because the 2 of water is also about the unification within yourself, enjoying yourself, your masculine and feminine side. Self-love, self-care is also in the 2 of cups, right? And the 8 of swords is, realize that there's pains that you can free yourself from. You don't have to wait for anyone to save you from them. And you don't have to wait for the perfect mate to start believing in love again. right? You don't have to wait for the perfect mate to show you how lovable you are either. You can show that to yourself. You can work on it for yourself. And when you have it for yourself, even if you're already in a relationship, working on that within yourself can improve your relationship as well, because the energy of codependency is massively reduced. And also your partner is able to be more attracted to you because you are basically nurturing your own shine. You're not always waiting for them to make you feel good about yourself. You are able to make yourself feel good about yourself. So, summary: self-care, self-pleasure, and recognizing that you can free yourself from your own anxieties or what's the word I'm looking for? Your own pains. That's not the word I was looking for, but I'm going to use that one for now. Three of Swords, Three of Air. So this is usually, oh, well, you see, this is what it usually looks like. It's usually a heart with, but this one is about learning. It has a dragon, it has a owl, wisdom, and by romantic love and the world and renewal. It's all about, yes, take your lessons from your past relationships. Please do focus on, in the next 3 months, embodying those lessons. It can be difficult because, we tend to then feel guilt or shame, or we should have done this different and that different. Why didn't I do that? Like, everybody has done something that they're not 100% proud of, right? And there's no benefit, no one is benefiting from you feeling bad about it or beating yourself up about it. Even if when you recognize your role in the bigger picture of how things played out, no one benefits from you beating yourself up about it. Their only benefit comes if you are able to learn that lesson and embody it in how you move forward in your life. And with this book as well, I'm getting some of you are going to write like relationship novels or some type of book or music. This one I specifically feel some of you are going to write a book that is going to influence, that is going to teach some of the lessons that you learned, hard lessons through love, of setting healthy boundaries, for example, speaking your truth, coming into your own feeling of worthiness. I'll leave that there. So, okay, two things with this one. This one, yeah, make sure you learn your lessons, and if you are so inclined, do write about them. Do channel them into something creative, is how you can ground that into the physical plane. And then we have the Four of Water. So here you're being asked to recognize how all of your experiences were for a learning purpose. Holding a grudge against the universe also doesn't help anybody, right? Because the universe is continuously trying to help you, right? And if you're mad at it, then you're also not letting it help you, right? Even if the things that it was presenting you with, that were for your help, of your growth, and to help you evolve, it's not a place that you can stay stuck. You must keep going with the flow, because the universe is like, yeah, I finished those lessons, and you keep sitting there, anguishing, agonizing over what I gave you last year. But this is not last year. It's 2023, man. Like, we have new stuff to give you. And if you don't let those emotions pass, then we can't give you anything new. So I feel that if you have the chance to do some type of watery ritual to cleanse yourself of the past, to say that you're ready to let go and be open to new and more fulfilling experiences, and you're letting go of the cords and the negative emotions, but you're keeping the lessons, and now you're ready for the next. This is also important and useful to your grounding into the self, into your new self. Okay, I'm going to go for the final oracles. I'm going to pull two, and then a little tiny affirmation card. So what is the final oracle for? Oh, calming the waters, which goes very appropriate with that one. And then I'm going to pull, okay, let me just do this one first. I'm just going to read directly from the guidebook, as I usually do, because I find I just trust that the card that came out has the perfect description to wrap this all into a bow for you. Okay, calming the waters, peaceful self-regulation. This high priestess of light brings her deeper powers of healing energy to the earth and to your life. The elk antlers she wears on her golden crown act as antennae. They receive guidance and power from universal light, which she then channels into the earth and waters below. Her peaceful intentions are of balance and alignment. As she brings peace to the planet, she also calls you to calm the waters within your own life. It's time for you to take an honest look at your daily energy. Are things too hectic for you to maintain a calm approach to your tasks? You may feel you have no control, but you can and must regulate the pace of your everyday activities, always devoting some time to your own peaceful priorities. The waters of life run deep, and there are often deeper personal lessons than you may be aware of. You do have the ability to be self-directed, set boundaries, create balance, and stay calm and spirit connected, even in the middle of personal or professional storms. In the face of unending and sometimes frantic demands of life, this card is telling you to stop and trust in the unwavering truth of your soul's universal connection. Your peaceful yet profound faith will calm the swirling waters and bring the blessed resolutions you desire. And the affirmation here is, I have the infinite source of peace and calm within me. I direct my life with balance each day. It's very appropriate for you, Taurus North Node. And then I'm going to pull an inner peace card for you. There we go. What do we have here? Ooh, 36, leader of the light. Where are you being called to serve and support others? That's interesting. Oh, yeah, because it goes here. With your creative endeavors. But as I said, I'm going to read from the book and say no more. 36. Okay. You, my dear, are so important to this world. You have a presence of grace, love, and focus, and you have no idea how much you inspire those around you. You are a true leader of the light, someone who stands firm in their connection to to truth with respect, integrity, and a commitment to the greater good. You are here to lead by example. By staying connected to your true self, you can align with calm and stay grounded through all of life's transitions. When things are uncertain, your certainty lies in the light within and all around you. You are being asked to look within yourself and see where you have been giving away your power by thinking it lives outside of you. No one outside of you has the power that you have within. No politician, leader, boss, parent, or influencer is more special than you. The power is you. You are the one you've been waiting for. Stop waiting for someone else to fix your worries and see that your divinity is the help within you. And it's been with you all along. Celebrate the light within and let it lead you. And the divine assignment is, all battles are won with love. You are at the peak of your experience as a result of your discipline and dedication to personal growth. Just like the woman in this image, you have made it to the top. You can now release all worry and doubt. There is nothing to fear when you align with the light. By showing up for yourself and doing the inner work, you have arrived at a place of unconditional love for yourself and others. It is time to integrate all your skills and life experience. Take this new perspective and be an example to others. You can lead and teach from a much deeper level. You don't need to change anyone or force anything, but simply be an example of what is possible when you stand strong in light. I really love this deck. It's the first time I use it for myself. It's the first time I'm using it in readings for others, but it's a really wonderful, wonderful deck. I'm going to pull a little starseed card, just a tiny one. Final card. Is that the card? No, that's the card. They want to give you two. Surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. And ascension. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for this. All right, Taurus North Node, that was your reading for the spring equinox and beyond. I hope that that resonated with you. Just a reminder that you are not in this alone. We are all in this together, different phases of our evolution. But I send you much love and support on your journey and wish you all the best. So I will see you next time. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.